We're, of course, not supportive of the bill and disappointed that the majority is even considering this, especially when you look at the size of the tax increase. It's by far the largest tax increase in our state's history. Of course, it flies in the face of the constitutional prohibition on income tax, and comes at a time when state revenues have never been higher. They once again are trying to solve a spending problem with more taxes, and I think it's going to be very harmful. I'd say even destructive to not only businesses in our state, but also people as the costs filter down to just the average Washingtonian. Not to mention the fact that, as the Senate Majority Leader clearly said in committee, this is likely to become not just a tax on high earners, which is what we're considering right now, but ultimately a tax on everyone. A deep concern about this bill, and really across the political spectrum. There's broad understanding that this bill, and it tracks historically with other places, both at the federal level and in other states, where they've started with an income tax on high earners and then eventually expand it to everyone. And they're worried about just affording to live here in Washington. We hear about this all the time: food, housing, childcare, healthcare, gas, all increasingly unaffordable for Washingtonians. And now the idea that there's going to be an additional income tax that people plainly can't afford. When you talk to business owners, business leaders around my district and around the state, they're already making plans. I'm worried that this is not only not going to lead to the revenue that the Democrats think they need for state services. It's actually going to lead to a drop in economic activity in our state and potentially even a lowering of revenue, not an increasing of revenue.